How are you doing? It's your girl Owamie, and welcome back to my channel. If it's our first time joining me, I was definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you. Now, my ninjas, obviously, you guys know I did say that we are about to wrap up season 1 of To Hell and Back. We only have one episode left, and it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a showstopper. So I'm waiting to actually film that. And so I've decided that obviously because we are going to take a bit of a break as we go into production. I'm also super busy right now because I'm setting up the studio very soon. I'm going to be giving you guys price lists. If you want to come shoot your own podcast, you'll be able to do that. So I'm really excited with that. There's been a lot that has been going on. But today I obviously did not want to leave you guys hanging. I actually wanted to come out here and give you guys this video. And I think that maybe I just wanted to also just share a bit because I know that a lot of followers here, some of you guys got me because of the scammer videos and you guys really enjoy those, and some of you guys just do not know really anything about me. And so I feel like I'm basically going to have sort of like a very educational segment, which is called Dear Owamie. So I'm going to have an email right here. If you want to send in your story anonymously and you would like to get some advice, go ahead and do that. Next week Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and obviously be answering those questions from Dear Owamie, right? Or next week basically, or this, I don't know when I don't know when it will be coming up, but just if you've got a story and you'd like my take on it, my advice, and obviously as I put it out there in public, there are also other people that can advise you. It will be anonymous. Then just go ahead and send to that's my email, which is info@oentertainment.co.za. Okay, so anyway, ninjas, today I actually really want to talk about something that I saw and I got really, really disturbed. If you are a vendor and you're on Facebook, there's a community, there's a post that is actually currently trending, is of this man who his daughter is calling him out to say that he does not support her. This man is living the life, honey, okay? He's got cars, he's an extravaganza type of human being, but he does not support his kid. Now, allegedly. This young girl she seems very young. When she posted, she also posted a message there wherein she had sent her father saying that, listen, I'm tired. I will actually take you to social media and expose you. And he said, go ahead and post. And so she did. He then came out, you guys, with a stupid life. And he's talking about how he's only just a sperm donor. And that's not his child. Hey, blah, blah, blah. He's able to remove himself from a person. She should ask her mom. Just basically crap, right? Like nonsense at its finest. And I think that, this is something that I really wanted to say because it seems like this young child, she has gone to the social workers to try and get help. She has gone to maintenance court and she says they said they were going to call her, but they did not. And being someone that has been in court maintenance since 2022, I know the struggle. I know how expensive it is. I know how much strength you literally need to have. I do not know how many times I have literally almost slipped into depression because of the process that actually happens there by maintenance. I'm still going to do a full video. We are still continuing. So I just don't want to say anything maybe that can jeopardize the case, but I will go ahead and just talk to you guys on something that I can actually comment on right now, right? Guys, the traumas that you get as a child that has a deadbeat father, especially like any child, I will talk from the perspective of being a girl. It is wild. It really honestly is just a wild, wild situation. Now, for some of you guys may be surprised, why would you take your father to maintenance? I actually didn't. It's my baby sister who took him. With my advice, my full support, I'm the one that takes her there every day. I'm there 24/7. On any record, you should all know my baby sister did not just take my father to maintenance court. I literally basically said to her, if you want to go to school, I can take money and take you to school, but your father is rich. So we have to take him to maintenance so that I can get my money back. And that was the agreement that we had. She had no choice but to take him to court. So I think that, that is not a secret. It has been spoken many times. Beko Venda And I'm proud of it. Literally, I'm not even embarrassed. I can say it on any podium. Take that father of yours to maintenance court. There's one of the things that really pisses me off so much is because is that there's so little information out there about maintenance. There are people that still think, if you're above the age of 18, you cannot get maintenance from your parents, and that is a lie. Even at the age of 50, if your parents are at a position where they can be able to financially provide for you and you can't provide for yourself, then they are legally required to. So you can take them to maintenance at the age of 50 and they will still support you. And then that one of the statements that really irked me so much when it came to this man was that he was talking about how when he dies, this child is not going to get anything, saying that like the people that she's out here on the internet basically telling all this stuff that's happening, they're not going to be there when she's basically not getting her cut or whatever. So you mean to tell me that this child needs to wait for your death? So she should be sitting and praying like, oh, may he die sooner so that I can get money and go to school, I can get money and get clothes, I can get money and get food. And I think the reason why I was so triggered with that is because that is the statement that was also given to me in front of a judge, literally, when like, do you understand? Like, if you can't give me your money when you're still alive, do you really think I give a crap about your money when you're dead? Make it make sense. I don't need to wait for you to die for me to actually live my life in terms of like me having to dress, me having to go to school, me having to actually like literally just have the basic needs in life. And I think that it's really like, for me personally, I feel like it's such a narcissistic way of doing things in terms of like this person needs to feel like, listen, if you want to get a piece of the pie when this person is dead, you gotta like just abide. You gotta just sit down. You gotta just let the abuse happen. You gotta not actually stand up for yourself. And one thing about these evil fathers, guys, they do not die. They live forever. The good ones, you will see people crying for their fathers that pass, and you're like, I have no offense, but I don't see a reason why a man that doesn't support his kids should live. I'll go ahead and repeat that. If you are a parent, whether you're a father or a mother, if you're a parent that doesn't support your kids, why are you living? What are you living for? To be a slay queen, a slay king? To drive expensive cars whilst your kids are starving? Your life is not, like, for me personally, I just feel like it's such a uselessness of a soul. Like, die so that at least there can be space for good fathers or good mothers out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that can live long. If it was a matter of life could be exchanged, we're going to exchange these useless fathers for useful people. Mothers that take care of their kids, we're not going to let them die anytime soon. All these useless DeadBeats are the ones that we're going to collect all of them. They die soon, but they don't. I guess maybe God just keeps on giving them chance after chance to say, correct your mistakes. Because I know there's even a scripture in the Bible that actually says, a man that does not support his family is worse than a sinner. And if a sinner is going to hell, trust and believe, if you don't support your family, you're going to a greater place than hell, because they say you're worse than a sinner. And God does not like sinners. So I just ask myself, if you're worse than a sinner, like, what are you? You know? This is such a huge problem in South Africa, and it's such a huge thing. I don't know how you can be a human being. You literally go out there, you have a child. You know this is your child. You know. That's why this man is even literally... I'm trying to put my phone there because it keeps vibrating. I'm sorry for that. But like, for him to actually sit and say, I'm a sperm donor. Did this child ask you to be brought onto this earth? And in Venda, if you ask that question, they will say, hi, what's the man, like that you're disrespectful. But it's a fact. And nobody asked you to bring a child to this earth. Nobody. So why would you not want to support what you brought? I know that there's always this thing wherein mothers are blamed. Like, oh, how dare you? You lay down with this guy and now he gave you a baby, doesn't want to support this and this. There's a huge, argument around that. I always say that I don't believe in this whole 50-50 thing, right? When it comes to men and women, I know that like if it's to work, like I'm not a feminist. I feel like I'm a realist. There are certain situations that the feminism movement agrees with that I do, and there are certain things that I personally just do not. I believe that if I'm a nurse and there's a male nurse, he should not get paid more than me. If we have got the same level of qualifications and everything, and we're starting at the same time, no. I don't think his rate should be higher than me just because he's a man. But when it comes to home, no, my husband better be the head. Like, I'm not about that nonsense of being a boss at work and having to go home and be a boss again. No, I don't want that. Sorry. So I want somebody that is going to be the man of the house. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so when it comes to this whole situation of a girl and a boy, yes, a boy can be able to just run away. He can impregnate you, and for the whole 9 months is nowhere to be found. But as a girl, you cannot run away from the pregnancy. No matter where you go, it goes with you. So as women, I think it's also time that you also do pick better partners, I should say. You know, be a bit more careful is what I'm saying. And one thing I've also heard is that there's many people that say you do not know a man until you have a child with him. I don't have a child with anybody, so I wouldn't know, you know. And that's one of the things that scares the crap out of me when it comes to actually having a baby. Because I'm like, what if I have a child with this person and now this happens? Because some people actually do not understand the fact that you can be someone that is actually financially doing well. You can be able to be someone that can financially carry the child. But guys, there's also an emotional side of a child that you cannot give them no matter what happens. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much you spoil them, there's a certain level of attention that you just honestly cannot give them, you know. And so at the end of the day, I do truly believe that God knew what he was doing when he made sure that it's a man and a woman that actually have a child, because the two of you are supposed to be responsible for this child. Now, not only do our fathers now not want to be there for us emotionally, because remember, when you birth a child, it's your job to check up on your child. It's your job to make sure that your child is okay. It's not your child's job to be checking up on you. Yes, we may do that, you know, because obviously we love you based off of how you raise us, but it's actually you as the parent's job. And then your children, their job is to take care of their kids. And that's how generationally it's supposed to go. But they don't only want to not be there for us, like when it comes to our emotions and going through this life that we did not choose to be brought into, we were brought into. They also don't want to financially support. I honestly just wish, Uri, especially, like, I just don't know. I wish there was something that could honestly just happen. Guys, I wish you guys do not even have any idea. You guys do not even have any idea the trauma that you literally go through when you have got a deadbeat father or a deadbeat mother. I mean, again, I'm going to talk from the place that I'm familiar with. I had a saint of a mother. It's unfortunate that God took her so early. You know, we got to just move on with life, but I'm still sour about that, because why did she have to be the one to go? But ever since my mother passed away, guys, that was in 2013, I will not lie to you. I've never ever received any financial help from my father, no matter what. And when I say nothing, I don't mean, or maybe I'm saying 1,000, I mean zero. I was 23 when my mother passed. Not only that, I've had to actually dip into my pockets to help him with his kids, because that man was not buying my sister's clothes. He wasn't. For almost 5 years, we were kicked out of the house, so we were basically homeless. Because as much as you have got a roof under your head, but it's not home. It's not a home that you would say that I'm familiar with. And us literally still being so young, my baby sisters, it's even worse. That's why I think I have such a soft spot for them. I don't think that man can ever understand the type of trauma that he has given me. And I don't know if he can ever understand or sit down and actually know that, wow, I actually traumatized those kids. You know, I had to be a mother and a father from a very young age. At the age of 24, I had to be literally, like, I had this weight on my shoulders. And it's not like I had money. I had been struggling with depression. I was out of class, so I obviously dropped out from nursing. Like, and your kid, like, guys, I don't even want to talk about it right now because I don't want to cry. But it is really tough, guys, to have a deadbeat of a parent. And if there's anything that I can go ahead and also say is that our mothers as well, like women back then, I do hope that if you're a mother now, you pick up these signs and you do something about it early. Our mothers back then, guys, they used to just take the abuse. They would see that this man does not buy the kids' clothes. He doesn't want to do this. Guys, do you know you can take your husband to maintenance and you're still married to him for the kids? Let me repeat this. You can be staying with your husband who every time he gets paid, he gambles the money away or he drinks the money away and the kids don't have food in the house and everything. Legally, you are able to can actually go to maintenance court and have him pay. And that is money that they deduct from his pay. Now, if he's someone that obviously shows violent behavior, I would also then advise that you actually get a protection order against him. Yes, they can be able to take him out of the house. And that is one of the other parts where I always say, I will always and forever advise women to be independent financially. And when I'm saying independent financially, I'm not talking about being, be a married woman, but a single woman at the same time. No. What I'm simply saying is that you having a job or you having your own business and successfully running it and having your own personal income is very important as a woman, especially in South Africa, where we've got the highest rate of abuse when it comes to women and children. So you need to always also make sure that you have got your own money. If this man is a violent man, then you go ahead and you pack your bags, you move, and then you also you get that maintenance. And then, but if it's not a violent person, then you can be able to actually sue for support whilst this person is actually there in the house. But I know that for some of our mothers, they were unable to do that because maybe they didn't have the funds, to can support and everything. But we're a different generation, guys. There's no reason, honestly, I'm not even going to lie, for you to can still be sitting and say, well, it's because I don't have a job. But you are watching me, which means you've got access to either a smartphone, you've got access to data, and you're watching me right now. I'm working right now. So you can also do the same. You can literally find so many different ways. You can teach English online. There's so much that you can actually do. But if there's one thing that I'll go ahead and advise is that refuse to sit home. Because not only are you going to suffer, you're going to also have your kids suffer. Guys, it's such a painful scene when you go to maintenance court. As I'm saying, guys, I've been going there since 2022. I can't count how many times I've actually gone there. I'm at a point where the security guards over there, they know me. Like everyone, actually, almost everyone, all the maintenance officers there, they know us. Like our case has been escalated. Again, this is a case that is going on here. This is like over 2 years now. In April, it's going to be over 2 years. So what am I trying to just say is that it honestly isn't as easy, For us, I'm still going to do a series where I'm going to tell you guys from the beginning to the end, just so that if you want to go ahead and take that route, you can know maybe some of the things that you need to look out for, because I went in completely blind with my baby sister. We had never ever had someone actually sit down with us and say, hey, this is how it happens. There was a lot of expectations that were definitely not met. I thought things were going to move quicker than they actually did. It does not help with the fact that my father goes to court and lies. Things that can easily be proven. And when they're proven that he's lying, they don't even arrest him for, lying to the judge. Because I know that what they call that, committing perjury. They don't arrest it. I don't understand it, So it's also just in a situation where the country's laws also they fail us. They really honestly fail us. Because how do you mean that this person comes, lies, and then after he lies, next time you find out that, he actually lied, but then he's not arrested. And I think that the other part again that I can go ahead and say is that it would always just break my heart seeing my baby sister actually have to go in there by herself because she's 25. If there's one thing that I can also tell you guys is that trauma actually stumps someone's growth. Basically, when you're a young child or you're still young and there's a lot of painful things, there's a lot of traumatic things that are happening to you, there's two things that happen. Other people swim and others sink. You understand? So that's why if you look at me, I have an element of hyper independence. Like I'm a hyper independent person. I'm someone that throughout my group, my siblings, everyone, whenever they need help, trust and believe, most of them, I'm the first person they actually call. And because of the hyper independence, I'm someone that usually am always there. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But then what I saw with my siblings is that, unfortunately, they kind of sank. in terms of I've seen those elements of trauma that happens with them in terms of if anything maybe is happening or someone comes and they're shouting or they do whatever. And most times the thing that they do is take the phone, Sissy, this is what's happening, because they're used to the fact that I'm always the one that will actually run to the rescue. And that is due to the fact that obviously, like, I just feel like my baby sisters, guys, they didn't get to like fully develop. Imagine like being 16 years old, your mother passes away, your father throws you out of the house. And for some of you guys that would ask, why did my father throw my baby sister out of the house? He threw her out of the house because she wanted to come see Ray. Ryan was here in town, in Joburg, and she was in Venda. My father decided he was going to throw her out of the house because she asked him to say, can I please go and see Ryan? He didn't want her to have a relationship with me and Ryan's mom. And the thing that made him angry was that Ryan's mom fell pregnant. So it's like such, for me personally, I don't even want to, like, guys, I'm so sorry to say this, but useless stuff, which are just excuses. When you're a deadbeat that doesn't want to support your kids, you find every and any reason to not support your kids. And it's so unfortunate the fact that we still have like the older generation that still goes out there and defends such nonsense. Defends such nonsense. If you've never really gone through such a situation, you will fully never really understand. I know there are people that will say, no, Owamie, Nalina, my dad never supported us. Hey, what, we left him as he was. We left him to God. Hey, everything was fine. But when you look, this person has a mother. You're like, sis, you had a mother. The situation is very much different. We didn't have a mother. So what did you expect we were supposed to do? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's very different. Or someone is going to say the same, but this person, maybe even though they didn't have a mother, oh yeah, I do have 2 older sisters. Trust and believe the traumas that they had to go through so that you at least will have minimal trauma is a lot. It is a lot. It affects you for the rest of your life. And this is something that I feel like in the Black community, it has been normalized. We don't talk about it as much anymore. If a child comes out and says, guys, my father is not supporting me, instead of the community actually railing around this child and literally shaming this useless man, and actually like, honestly, guys, now I won't even lie. Like, I would turn you away, shame, from my business. If you're a person that doesn't support your kids, and I know you will not. If I've got a business, I don't care who you are. Even if I'm selling bread, you come to Bona. Bargaining in that sign, entry reservations, it's reserved. You are not allowed in here. How dare you buy bread that you're gonna go and eat out there with either your side chick's children or with your side chick, or rather like, your girlfriend and her kids or whatever, but your kids are starving. No, I won't. So I won't sell you. I wish we could all just shun them and like treat them ukaribana corona, because it is it's something that honestly, guys, it cannot be something that we just say we're gonna leave it, we're gonna just let it be. These kids get traumatized almost on a daily basis. When I saw that child, my heart literally just broke, guys. It really broke, because that is the reality of a lot of children. I've had to go through a lot just to make sure that, guys, even now, I work like a slave day and night. It's Sunday right now. I don't know what time it is, but I'm filming so that you guys will get the videos tomorrow. It is part of my job. I do enjoy it, thank God. But I've had to do things that I didn't enjoy, like cook pap by the side of the road, because I had to support my sister. I remember the time that I was cooking the pap, by the side of the road. I was taking my baby sister Ryan's mom to an FET college where she had to do her matric. And guys, just to get, I think her bus ticket was like 450 or something for a month, because that was back in 2016, if I'm not too mistaken. It was a lot. It was a lot. I remember actually having to remove that 400 and whatever from the money that I had worked that day and have to go and deposit that money. Now I'm short a bit car stock, or I have to do this. Whilst my father was literally changing cars. And for the longest time, I actually said, listen, I want to take this man to court. He must support his kids. And people around me said, no, leave him. God is God. Those people. I wish I had a stick. Stop that nonsense, guys. Stop that nonsense. Black people, stop that nonsense. Hey, leave him to God. God said there will be maintenance court, there will be lawyers, there will be this and this. And you guys are still saying we should wait on God. Haibo, he helps those that help themselves. If there's an institution that has been created, it's the same. Guys, this whole situation of, no, leave him to God. Hey, well, what that is the same situation as you hear when you are sick, you have got BP. But okay, you go to the clinic, you get medication, you drink, you'll be better, you'll be okay, it can be controlled. But then when you sit down and you say, no, I'm going to just wait on God. Wait. Let's see how long you live. Because this thing, guys, it's not it. This whole narrative of just wait on God. Guys, I have a friend of mine. He's actually a doctor now. And so he took his father for maintenance court, I think, whilst he was still in primary. The moment that he had, I think maybe was doing like standard 5. And the father was not supporting him, obviously. So he did. He went by himself even. His mom didn't even know. She was actually shocked when it all happened. And she was like, already everything is happened. But they did set it up. And, he actually was receiving money from his dad. Even when he went to varsity, he was still receiving money. And now he's obviously an independent grown man. He's working. He did not die. It's not like his blessings were halted or stopped because he took his father to maintenance court. Because some of you guys, they scare you by that thing of your parents. Bargingi, honor your mother and your father. But the scripture also still continues to say parents also do not provoke your kids. So when you're sitting there and you're starving, what is there to honor about your father? What are you honoring? He does not support you, but he eats. He does not buy you clothes, but you find him wearing expensive suits. He does not care about how you go to school. He drives expensive cars. Guys, please let's not joke. Let us not joke. This is nonsense that is actually happening. And it breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart, guys. Now we have so much traumas. So much traumas. There was a time that, guys, I really struggled. I really struggled. After my mom passed, I struggled with depression for like 5 years, like active. And one of the reasons when I look back now is because there was so much on my shoulders. It was like at that age, I had 3 kids. Yes, because Ryan also was born, which, okay, maybe let me say 2 of my father, which if it was only Ryan, guys, I wouldn't mind shame. My son, he doesn't even, like that child, 100%, God has made sure that is provided for. But my siblings that have a father that is rich, no. And then some people will go ahead and say, no, Angela, you're the firstborn. You should take off the kids. Why? Why should I take care of the kids when they have a father? Why? I do it because there's no choice. And I thank God that my mother actually raised me to be someone that is very giving and generous and someone that is loving. And I love the unity and the closeness that my baby sisters and I have. But if I had an option where my father can fully support his kids and I get to also live my life, no, he should support his kids. They are his. I really honestly did get triggered, guys, and my heart was literally just so painful because I just feel like, some people actually look at this topic and they're like, oh, it's an embarrassing topic. This is something that you shouldn't, be talking about. This is that and that and that. But they never really think about the mental health of the kids that are actually being abused. And if any person, like one more time comes and says, hey, leave it to, I will slap you. I'm kidding. But I will block you if you say that. But if you're in front of me, I don't know what might happen. I might actually hit you with this brush because how dare you? How dare you? And most of the people that will give you that stupid advice, they won't give you money. Guys, this life needs money. I don't care who you are, where you're from. This life needs money. And that is a fact. And if I didn't bring myself to this earth, the person that brought me to this earth is responsible for me. Especially when I'm still here. How do you expect a 16-year-old to be fully funding themselves? With what? From where? Sometimes some people are just evil. It's pure evilness, wickedness at its best. So the only other advice I would give a deadbeat father out there is that the child you are abusing at the age of 16, 17, 14, 13, that child is going to grow. That child is going to grow and be an adult. They're going to be in their 30s and they will show you flames. I'm telling you, they will show you flames. Because you cannot just abuse a person and they grow up and they're still like, oh, I'm going to honor you. Oh my God, no. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. It does not. The same, it's true. I don't know how to say it in English. But the heartlessness that you can show your kids when they are young is the heartlessness that your kids can show you when they're older. And always remember that. And some of you men out there, you treat your kids good, but you treat their mothers horrible. That child, every day when that child sees their mother crying every day because of you, trust and believe, that child cannot grow up to say, oh, I love my father so much, I honor him so much, no matter what you were buying that child. Because that still traumatizes that child. I just wish in James, South African men especially, they would have a class on keep it in your pants if you don't want to support. Because there's absolutely no reason to bring children into this earth just for them to suffer. I don't see a point. Guys, like that video of that child, it really honestly did break my heart, of the fact that this young child has to even come to social media because this child wants to just for their father to support them. And he's so proud of it and so boastful to say, no, she went to the social workers, nothing happened. And guys, let me tell you something, they bribe. When I tell you guys like my story, a lot of you guys' jaws is gonna be on the table, I'm telling you. So I honestly do not know. But anyway, ninjas, I do love you guys. Stay blessed. And if you're someone that is out there, your father is not supporting, because it's mostly fathers. Your father is not supporting you. Your mother tells you, if you go to maintenance court, hey, now I will do this, I will do that. Please go to maintenance court when you're still underage. Especially if your father has a job, it is a perfect thing. What they will do is that they're going to just garnish money from his pay that is going to come directly to you. And then if he goes and takes his pension, you're going to get a lump sum. So ka pension fund, they actually also consider you. So now I regret on the fact that I did not take my father to court earlier, because he got a very fat pension fund, that old man. That pension fund should have gone to his kids so that his kids could go to school, they could eat, they could dress, they could wear, they could do everything. If there's one thing that I can tell you guys, me as Owamie, I literally slept on the floor to try and save this relationship, right? For years. So many things happened, guys, and I would still swallow and be like, no, it's okay, for peace sake. Whatever. Let me tell you one of the most ridiculous things that happened. 2019, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2019 or 2018. My baby sister, who's Ray's mom, decides that, she wants to go to a sewing school, right? She gets a school, and the school, if I'm not mistaken, was 7,000 rands. That was the fee. My father calls me and says, hey, your sister wants to go to school. The fee is 7,000. I want half of that. From Semwa. Mind you, this is not my child. And mind you, he has more money than me. Way more. But for peace sake, you know what I did? I took 3,500 and I transferred. For peace sake, so that the child can go to school. It's not even like it was an ask. It's your responsibility, as if this is my child. The place where I refused was when they were now telling me that, I think they said electricity was 950. I should actually bring, I think, 425 or something, somewhere there. I was like, I don't know where it ended, but the 3.5 year I paid. For peace sake, was the peace? No. We've not spoken since 2021. But I've fought and I've tried. Guys, it will not work. If a person is like that, they are like that. Learn, trust, and believe. When it's still early, don't wait for that man to get his pension fund. You will suffer, because now he won't have an actual income that they can go ahead and say they're going to just attach immediately. You understand? So what you need to do is that before your father gets that pension fund, go and take him to maintenance court now. They will do a garnish on his pay. Money will come to you. You can be able to go to school. You can be able to at least eat and buy clothes. I'm not saying that do this so that you can go and drink alcohol. Please be someone that is also just serious with your life. If you know I'm here in varsity and I'm here because I took my father to maintenance court, you don't have the option to fail. How na yon? You don't have that privilege. You're not like other kids. So when your job is to make sure that I need to do everything fast, I need to study, I need to pass all my modules, I should not repeat anything. When you don't drink alcohol, you don't go out, you don't have time for nice things or munate or whatever. You don't have time for that, because you know the reason why you are actually there. You go there, you get your degree, you get your diploma, and then you go out there and obviously look for a job. Other than that, whilst you're busy looking for your degree and your diploma, develop a skill. It can be makeup artist, it can be lashes, it can be nails, it can be doing hair. Where am I going to get that information, Owamie? YouTube is a hub of everything. There's nothing you cannot find on YouTube. Trust, I dare you. okay, maybe not the adult world stuff, sorry, because obviously they don't want that, but anything that can be useful to you, any skill, someone is selling that skill on YouTube. They will show you from the beginning up until the end. Make sure that you learn a skill so that you will obviously keep yourself sustained, and then make sure that you obviously go to school, you get your qualifications, and you apply. Double them. If you want to double it. But please stop this thing of, they're refusing. I regret. You're with everything, guys. I regret. We should have taken him to court a very long time ago when he was still working, so that my sisters would have gotten money. And on top of that, when he actually went to pension fund, my sisters should have gotten their money because it's theirs. I think he brought them to earth. So don't be like me, guys. Don't be like me. Don't end up regretting. Take that man to court fast. If possible, after watching this video, Nje, tomorrow, already know that you've put your things together. Go tomorrow, because maybe now it will be a bit late. They usually close early. And if you want to get help there, it gets full. So go there very early in the morning. By 7 o'clock, make sure that you're already there. Or to 7 a.m., make sure that you're already there in whichever court. And then you go to maintenance. You get there, you tell them, my father is not supporting me. I don't have this and that. Where is he working? You tell them he's working here, this and that and that. And then after that, they're going to start saving him. Because you cannot suffer when you didn't choose. You didn't bring yourself here. Especially if your parent is able to, but they just choose not to. It's a different story, guys. If you see your parent is suffering, they don't have anything. So if they don't have anything, what are you going to do? They don't have. But when they have, no, that is evilness. That is evilness. So anyway, that's the advice that I will honestly give you guys. An episode of To Hell and Back, we're gonna have it. I'm not sure if it's gonna be this Thursday or maybe next week Monday, but as I said, it's gonna be epic and you guys are definitely surely going to enjoy it. And yeah, man, there's a lot of videos that I'm gonna go ahead and obviously talk about. I think that this one really did trigger me. It has just been in my spirit, man, since I saw this stupid nonsense last night. It really honestly affected me so much because I'm like, no, man, actually, like a man is gonna come live and actually say that, hey, by the way, that child is not mine, I'm just a sperm donor. Who told you to be a sperm donor? Who? Did she ask to be brought to earth? Anyway, ninjas, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. I feel like this video was just all over the place. It was really honestly just a rant, because people don't understand the kind of traumas that you get, especially as a girl child, guys, and you have got a deadbeat of a father. Even when you're dating, it's very different. I literally married wrong, and I would go ahead and say that it was also due to the relationship that I have with my father. I was trying everything that I could to stay away from anyone that had any similarities. Ended up, let me not go there. But all I'm saying is that it honestly affects you so much. So much. It's the traumas that you actually see and the traumas that you go through growing up. A lot of girls actually even grow up with that feeling of feeling rejected, So any guy that gives them just the slightest bit of, of attention, they feel like it's everything because they never got that. There are some people that will even say, hi, when you act like someone that never got love at home, you may find that they did get that love from their mother or whatever, but there's a certain love from a father that I feel like every young girl needs, But anyway, this man will never ever understand, and may God punish all of them, those that are deadbeats. But anyway, ninjas, from Owamie, I love you guys, stay blessed, and yes, I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.